Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're digging into a tragic crash in Delhi that has absolutely blown up into a national debate about justice, about influence, and about the deadly reality of India's roads. Right, let's just dive straight in. We're starting with the explosive allegation that's really at the heart of this entire story. This quote from the victim's son, Navnoor Singh, this isn't just a son grieving. It's a direct accusation of a deliberate choice, a choice that he believes cost his father his life. So, let's set the scene. It's a Sunday afternoon near Dalakwan in Delhi. You've got a senior government official and his wife just riding their motorcycle, heading home. But this totally routine trip, well, it's about to ignite a firestorm of national outrage and raise some really serious questions about our justice system. Okay, so first, let's break down the incident itself. The crash that took the life of a respected public servant and left his wife with just devastating injuries. So who are we talking about? Navjot Singh. He was a deputy secretary in the Department of Economic Affairs, and he was with his wife, Sandeep. They were on their way back from the Bangla Sahib Gurdwara. And according to the police report, a speeding blue BMW just slams into their motorcycle from behind. The impact was so severe it threw them both onto the road, and for Mr. Singh, those injuries were tragically fatal. But here's where this story really takes a turn. The real controversy isn't just about the crash, it's about everything that happened right after. A series of decisions that transformed a tragedy into a story of alleged cover-up and, frankly, negligence. And this right here is the question that everyone is asking. Think about it. The crash happened in Dalakwan. That's an area of Delhi that is literally surrounded by some of the best medical facilities and trauma centers in the country. So why on earth were these critically injured people driven on a long, winding 19-kilometer journey? This is where things start to feel, well, really suspicious. On one hand, you have all these advanced hospitals and trauma centers right there, practically next door. And on the other, they were taken to a small facility, New Life Hospital, almost 20 kilometers away. The victim's family is convinced that detour wasn't just a mistake, it was a fatal one. The family's allegations, they paint a really disturbing picture. The victim's wife, Sandeep Kaur, she stated in the FIR that she was literally begging the driver to take them to a nearby hospital. Instead, they were put in what's described as an eco-van, a vehicle for porter services, not a proper ambulance, and driven all the way to New Life Hospital. And here's the kicker. Police investigations later found out that this hospital is co-owned by the accused driver's own father. The family also says the hospital staff was anything but helpful, and even tried to hide the fact that the driver was there. So let's zoom out for a second. Because as heartbreaking as this one incident is, it's not happening in a vacuum. It shines a glaring light on a much, much bigger crisis that's playing out every single day on India's roads. Just look at this number from the National Crime Records Bureau. It's staggering. Over 155,000 people lost their lives on India's roads in just 1 year. That's a statistic that makes our roads some of the deadliest in the entire world, and it just screams for an urgent need for change. To put that number in perspective, it means a life is lost on our roads every 3.5 minutes. Every 3.5 minutes. It's a relentless pace that turns a national statistic into thousands upon thousands of personal tragedies, and that's the reality that lawmakers are now trying to tackle. And in response to this crisis, the government has brought in a new, and much stricter law. It's specifically designed to hold drivers accountable, especially in cases where they just flee the scene of an accident. It's called the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, or BNS for short. And you can think of it as a complete overhaul of the old penal code. A huge part of this new legislation is aimed squarely at hit-and-run accidents, with one clear goal: to create a powerful reason for drivers to not abandon victims. And the change is dramatic. Before, a driver who caused a death by negligence and then took off faced a maximum of just 2 years in prison. The new BNS law, it increases that penalty 5-fold. We're talking up to 10 years plus a significant fine. The goal is to make it so that abandoning a victim has severe, unavoidable consequences. So, what does this new law actually say you have to do? It's pretty clear. If you're in an accident, you are now legally required to do 3 things. 1, stop your vehicle. 2, help the injured get medical care. And 3, report it to the police. These aren't just moral suggestions anymore. They are strict legal duties, and failing to do them has serious consequences.
And all of this brings us right back to the Delhi BMW crash. Because with a new law now in place and the whole nation paying close attention, this case is being seen as the first major test of whether this new legal framework can actually deliver the justice it promises.
You know, this isn't the first time a case like this has shocked the country. From the Sanjeev Nanda case way back in '99 to the Salman Khan case and the more recent Pune Porsche crash, these incidents have created this painful public perception that if you're wealthy and powerful, you can somehow manipulate the system and avoid real accountability.
So ultimately, the Delhi BMW crash has become so much more than one family's personal tragedy. It's turned into a litmus test for the entire justice system. The key takeaway here is that the outcome, from the investigation all the way to the final verdict, it could set a powerful new precedent for justice in India. It could signal a real, genuine shift in accountability on our roads. And that leaves us with the central question: will this time be different?